Hello and welcome back to another Weather Outlook video. My name is Landon, and this is my video. Haha, no pun intended. Just playing. So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the torrential downpours that the central United States is having at the moment. Which, if you don't know yet, I live in Oklahoma, and it is raining currently. It's been raining for the past, since about 2 a.m., and it's 11:30, so about, let me do the math, 9 hours. It's almost been raining for about 9.5 hours. Straight. I mean, we have had breaks and all, but, yeah. But we are also going to be looking at, as you can see on the screen, the tropical depression, even up to a tropical storm forming. And a couple videos ago, I said that I don't think it'll reach named storm category. I thought it was just gonna be a little tropical depression, nothing much. No, things have changed. Now, if you haven't yet, please subscribe, like this video, and comment down below, what you think I should do differently. I should add, should I change, or something nice, say something nice to one another. Also, share this video with people that you know that would like weather-related content. Now, I'm gonna say this, I am not a trained professional meteorologist. I am just a weather, I like weather, and I like to study it, I like to do things with it, I like to chase storms, I do things like that. So, without further ado, let's get right into this video. So, what you're looking at now is the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. They have put out an 80% of this forming into a tropical or subtropical cyclone. So, it'll most likely become a tropical storm. It'll be Arthur. And we're still about 16 days from hurricane season. It won't make landfall. I mean, it could clip some of southern Florida, but I don't think it'll make landfall onto the mainland U.S. It'll go over the Bahamas, and then it'll just track out into the Atlantic. Some models have it going up through the Carolinas and up through New Jersey. I don't think it'll take that track. I think it's going to basically, it'll go northeast. So it'll go parallel with the U.S., the eastern coast of the U.S. So, I mean, Florida is going to have rains from this. South Carolina and North Carolina may have rains. I don't think it's a big possibility, but they may have rains from this. So, what we'll look at now is the models for this. This is today. That low pressure system by the end of today is going to be on the eastern side of Miami, out in the ocean. It'll just continue to track off to the north. It'll be like a north and then a whoa. Why does it do this? It'll make a north and then a northeast. So it'll go. It'll make its way north, and then it'll head northeast. And then basically by that time, it'll It'll make its way out, and it'll basically dissipate. Now, it'll still have rains, but it'll go. So that's going to be probably Arthur. And then I haven't seen anything else that's indicating another disturbance. Neither has the National Hurricane Center. None of my weather people that I talk to. We haven't seen any disturbances that'll most likely form into a tropical depression or tropical storm or even hurricanes. So now Arthur, when it becomes named, which I'm positive, like 99.9% sure that it'll become named. When it does, it will not reach hurricane status. It will not. There's no possibility of it reaching hurricane status. It's just too early. Things haven't been set up right. So, now what we'll go on to is the precipitation that has fallen, the 24-hour precipitation outlook, or index. So, right now, on Saturday. By Saturday, we could have rains in Texas. Texas could, in some parts, accumulated up to 6 inches of rain. Now, that is a lot of rain. Same with Oklahoma, parts of the Florida Keys, up to the northeast, where we're supposed to have some big-time storms today. About 2 inches, that's the most up there. The High Plains, about 2 inches, so, and the Greens, about a half an inch and lower. So, it is pretty rainy. I don't know if you can hear it. It's thundering outside. So, now what we'll go to is, we'll look at, we'll look at temperatures. So, temperatures, I haven't done temperatures in a while. So, Friday's highs, I think expected from mid-90s to low, so let me get to the highs. So these are the highs for today. 60s, 40s, 90, down in the southwest. So all relatively normal and a little bit above normal, and maybe some parts is below normal, but all around it's about normal temperatures, which is awesome. Because we did just have that cold snap, and everybody's done with the cold, I hope. Now, some of you may not be. I am. I hate the cold. I hate winter. I'm ready. I like spring because of the storms, and, So, we'll go into tonight's lows. We do have that cold front coming through. So tonight's lows are expected to be 60s and 70s. And 40s all around. I don't see anything below 35 degrees. So everything about normal temperatures for this time. Like I said. Now, things do get a little bit below normal with this cold front pushing through for Saturday. But I don't think it'll be big time. And you can kind of see, so tomorrow we're supposed to have storms on Saturday. You can kind of see where they're going to be at. It's like you have those warm temperatures in the south, and then you have those big bubbles. That's where I'm expecting where the storms will be at for tomorrow. These are Saturday night, 60s, 50s, 40s, normal temperatures. And all around, we are done with the cold. It is not going to be cold anymore. So, now what we'll go to is, I'll have to find it. I I have to type it in. I wasn't prepared for this. We'll go to the weather outlooks and and then I will show you the live radar, and then we'll be done. And I'll be done. So, weather outlooks. We have 2 areas of enhanced risk for today. We have 2 areas for today. We have the enhanced risk down in the southern plains, and then we have the enhanced risk up in the northeast. Now, these can bring the main threat for today, like it always is, mainly is wind and hail. This morning when I woke up, I had gusts around 70 miles an hour with a fast-moving storm that came through. But, so that's what we're going to see. Now, we do have that tornado threat. I think it's much higher up in the northeast than it is to the south, which is very unusual, but, it's May. So, what we'll go to is the tornado threat for today. Yeah, so we do have that 2% in the southern high plains, and then that 2% in the southern plains, and then that 5% up in the northeast. Well, things are much unstable up there. They've had daytime heating. They have that instability coming from the Atlantic, which is very warm. So hail today. Hail is the main threat to the south, and wind is the main threat to the north. So we do have that hatch 30% for hail. In Oklahoma and Texas, I think this is kind of like the same pattern down in the south, like it was Wednesday, I believe, when we had those storms out in the Texas Panhandle. I think that's basically today's pattern. We'll go to wind for today. We are looking at wind. Or no, we're not. That's hail. We'll go to wind. So wind actually is about the same. We are having a hatched risk in Oklahoma and Texas for a 30% chance of severe wind. Now remember this, straight line winds can do as much damage as an EF0 and EF1 tornado. You can still get small barns that aren't really that tied down to the ground. Those can be blown away. Trees can be knocked down. Power lines can be down. So just remember that. And when you have a kind of system like we're having today in the south, you could get those little pockets of rotation. It's not very high because we don't have the shear. We have the instability. We have a sort of daytime heating. It's not going to be very long, but we do have some of that. So, we are still looking at the potential for 1 to 2 tornadoes, but it's not going to be very much. Now up in the northeast, it's a whole different story. They've had daytime heating. They have the instability. They have the heat. They have everything in place for tornadoes. They have some shear. So, that's why it's higher up in the northeast than it is to the south. Now, do I think it'll be a tornado up to the northeast? I think there'll be 1 or 2. There may be 1 major tornado, but I'm not predicting it. There could be, but it's very unlikely. So, but I stress this. Stay in a shelter if you are under a severe thunderstorm warning, because of those straight line winds. And when you have gusts up to 70 miles an hour, and you have those large hail, baseball size hail, and that comes at you, that is gonna hurt. Trust me. Also, stay away from windows. Stay away from the windows that the wind is so if the wind's coming from the south, stay away from your south windows. If the wind's coming from the north, stay away from your north windows. just because of that hail. And when that happens, windows break and everything can come in. Just basically try to take your tornado precautions, but don't. It's kind of like that. Stay away from windows. So, we'll go to your day 2. Day 2 is also going to be a big day down in Texas for severe thunderstorms activity. It's not going to load probably because it's going to be a butthead. So we'll go. I can't show you tornado parameters. Yeah, it's not going to load. So basically, down in Texas, I'll just have to show you myself from the last thing I've seen. So down in Texas, the severe threat is in this area. Tornadoes are, I don't think tornadoes, I think it's like a 2% in like this area. Hail and wind, again, are the main threat. So hail, I think, covers most of it, like this much. And then wind is the big one, and it covers it all. So, and I think that's right. I think it is. And that's where I'm predicting it to be. So, just stay safe. Now, what we'll do is it likes to turn on when it's not supposed to. So, live radar. So these are the storms that I'm talking about as of right now. We have so much rain. It's so much rain that I just can't. I mean, in our yard, it's covered in water. Like, it's hard to see the ground. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Haskell counties. I think I know. So we have Haskell County in southeastern Oklahoma, southwestern Sequoia County, and northwestern LaFleur County under a severe thunderstorm warning. Winds, 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail. Radar indicated hail damage to vehicles as expected. Expected wind damage is to roofs, sidings, and trees. Locations in or near the path is Sallisaw, Keota, Stigler, and McCurtain. And you're probably all thinking, you live in Oklahoma, you're supposed to know this. I don't know some of the names. Like, I've never heard of the town Keota. Actually, here's something. If you've stayed this far. Tell me in the comments if you have thought this too. That every time there's a new severe thunderstorm warning or a new tornado warning in your area, there's always a new town. I would like to know your opinion on it, so tell me that. That'll be a new thing that we start. Ask for an opinion every day. I'll ask what you guys think of something. So, most of this is just rain and wind and hail. No tornadoes. This is not the threat for tornadoes today. So, we do have some rotation in there. It would be right here. I think it's in the back edge of the storm. Yeah, see, if we had a tornado, it would be in this area. So, it's not even where it would be. But you still can't rule out a tornado where it's at. So, everybody stay safe, stay weather aware. This is Landon, the weatherman, taking off. See you guys in the next one.